Deadly wins. I feel like that's what every Cetrion's playing.
Yeah, best of every world. Added offense, added utility. Still have the insane teleport out of the corner to reset the position. And then the deadly wins, which just is a do-it-all. No downside to doing that special move at all. And you're seeing a lot in the pressure too. Jason down with the hat, and we saw this come out.
We saw the same matchup between, I believe it was Dragon and PL, and I'm very curious to see what the approach is here from Rewind's Cetrion who's gone for this. You know, she can do the wall to blow up his buzzsaw, for example, even pressure strings.
And she has plenty of things to get him out of the air. You know, you already saw the active wall, still active 18 years later, by the way, clipping him on the jump. Then you've got the Hell's Wrath to stop it, right? Wall to stop it. The pound, and that was just a raw fatal blow. Are you kidding me? What?
Got some chutzpah here.
I've commentated a lot of online tournaments lately, and why does raw fatal blow from Kung Lao keep hitting guys? I feel like it's 100%.
I mean, it's far. I don't understand it. What can you say?
There's no science to back it up at all, but she is a working. Ooh, looks like everyone trying to get him with a shimmy forward dash into the forward two, not working on Scar here, and Scar. And you know, it was actually Scar during the Coliseum that kept doing that raw fatal blow and clipping people, and he's just picking up right where he left off. That's pretty scary. Also, shouts to these players for advertising on their variation names. I just want to point out that both of them did a good job on that.
Right? Yeah, some people are out here wasting that. I like what these guys are doing.
Build those brands,
even still.
ladies and gentlemen.
You see the wall that did not actually get the hat.
Whoa!
Possessed?
Yes.
Baby.
Yeah, like...
It's hilarious looking, right? Like, look at that.
I wasn't expecting it. That caught me off guard.
Oh, big chance maybe? No, not quite there. But good damage regardless.
Short hop down three. You know how I feel about that, Jade.
I do.
Wonderful
I've seen it.
Wonderful piece of technology.
Yeah, it's a little tricky.
Way more effective on offline. I will say that.
Really went to teleport. Oh, the walk way far forward. There is not any bar to get out of this defensively. It's Scar taking game number one.
Really solid game on both guys. Rewind. You know, there's no downside at all.
Well, I mean, she doesn't do as much damage, I guess, as she does maybe in Variation 1 from the Variation 1, but yeah, a lot of other great stuff going on for her, for sure. So we got Scar up, 1-0 to begin with, and Rewind, yeah, he's sticking with the same character. Maybe being a little bit more active here. We see him going in a little bit more at the start.
I think that he just doesn't want to give up an answer for the hat, like you know, an obvious answer for the hat that Scar has to respect and think about this entire set. Mm-hmm. And that might be exactly what it comes down to. Is that they look at you know, at this collaboration that's been putting in work since Ultimate came out, and says, what is an answer for it? And found one with the rock wall here. Ooh, get out of my airspace!
I love that little movement there. The instant air dive kick is the way to approach it. Well, just down 3 to start the business. Here we go.
Oh my goodness!
Okay.
Scar had to have some kind of plus frames right there, right? The hat had just hit him, and Rewind's response is 1-1 fatal blow. A little bit of payback from that first game, I think. Well, what a wonderful hit confirm in the challenge like that.
Yeah.
Clutch.
Round 2. Fight.
Yeah, never giving up on situations.
Nice.
Okay, yep, big chance. Rewind out of there instantly.
Something we've seen from a lot of Kung Laos recently too is a lot more jump. I think it's jump 2, where he kind of puts both hands out. Really effective jumping. It's very active. What, did that just go over the wall, through the wall? Maybe just got that.
It's possessed, dude.
It is possessed. It has a mind of its own. Scar's doing a really good job of getting through those pounds as well. Perfect spacing on it's a jump dive kick.
Yeah, again, I really like that. Oh, stayed on the ground. So just nickel and diming is Rewind right now, taking off a little bit of life against Scar here and there. Chip damage here and there. And saving his offensive bar as well, it seems, for that kind of situation. Right? Yeah, just blowing it up each time. Now that does mean, well, Scar doesn't have offensive bar himself, so he's gonna need to hang out a little bit before he can get that back.
Remember his blow. I half expected it. I half expected. Oh, not gonna get there in time, and tries it right. He tried it. He tried to take it. He tried to steal it, David. Giving up after game 1 on the belief that this was the answer, right?
Did you see the possessed hat actually go underneath her leg? Okay.
Dude,
it does have a mind of its own.
That thing is doing things that only the name, I guess, gives the answers to. That thing really does have a mind of its own. Whether it wants to go over or underneath, whatever it wants to. And look at that, it's so lingering. It looks incredibly active.
It does look
super combo down.
Yeah, so this is the position that we saw quite a bit of last time. Just almost there. Very, very close. Here's Scar harassing a little bit.
Ooh. Staggers. What patience by Rewind right there. Oh my goodness.
Rewind would love to get out of the corner. He just tried it. He just tried teleport. Interrupted.
Oh,
and
there
he's
we
out
go.
of here now.
Oh, how dirty is it? That the Deadly Winds reset neutral so far away that she can get that teleport out. Woo!
Pretty good.
That's not that bad of a trade either.
Wow!
Hit him in the active frames. He tried to get up and maybe try to steal a punish right there. On a quick rise, see the drop of the 1-1.
Oh, he has Fatal. If he finds a good combo into Fatal right now, he's going to get it. But can he find it is the question. He does not have the time.
What a little scramble right there.
I mean, he started out a little bit differently this game. Last game, he was more pressure heavy. This time, it seems like he's more consistently away. Look at this, starting off with a teleport, both one even, taking the risk.
Yeah, if you notice, every time he gets a chance to, he's almost been backdashing. There we go, just skating backwards, wave dash back, but Cetrion, she'll get away from you. Isn't going too far, but even a wake up backdash, yeah, all about it there. And luckily, he didn't get murdered for going for the spear. So it's back to the corner here. It's Cetrion with a teleport. Do you ever truly have her locked down?
Well, no bar of any kind now is Rewind, but Scar is still struggling to get in. Well, here's maybe a chance. No, I'm fine. Rewind stabbing in occasionally here. And we haven't even seen Scar have that much time to put out a buzz hat from far. You know, that hasn't... Rewind's been too active. Rewind has been doing too much stuff to allow that very often.
Yeah, you're right. Rewind's just been kind of the more active of the two. What thread the needle right there. Could be the punish. Okay, wait a second. Didn't get what he wanted as far as position, but again against Cetrion, you're gonna be playing this from start to end. The hat out. Nice little wave dash right there. And if you notice that the possessed hat
injure on the approach
versus the pound, like it's actually gotten some pretty decent trades. He just hasn't had the health.
Wow, that was such a smart teleport! Finally, when there was Buzzed Hat out there, Buzzed Hat into teleport is a classic setup. Rewind was away. He read the situation perfectly, and now even though he's in the corner, he's still controlling things.
Ooh.
Okay, no more. He got there first? What a timing on these teleports. These have been killer. Even for somebody like Scar, usually so strong at that kind of thing. Rewind has had great moments these picks.
I think that Scar is definitely looking for something else at that time, right? And it's catching him off guard just a little bit, and in that little bit of hesitation, she's already safe. Already stealing a turn with a down one. Rebuilt the space. Got the air-to-air. Maybe assumed that breakaway was going to come. Rebuild the space. Initiate the zoning all over again. Really strong stuff from Rewind. That possessed hat is giving him a little bit of a second thought, though, when it's out there. But every time Scar is in this position, he's chasing Cetrion every single time, David. He has such a health deficit every single time in these closing moments.
He's close though. 15 seconds, it's another coming down to the wire moment here. The block came out of Rewind. Not there, the punish.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Time.
One mix.
Is it?
Does he have it? Does he have the time?
I don't think it's going to be enough. No. Oh my goodness.
This defense by Rewind, it's not just that he's
away, but he's relatively active early on, you know, up in his space, but I feel like to get the health lead and then dip.
So we got Rewind up 2-1 versus Scar. Scar chooses to run it back with the same variation. You see what I mean? It's not just that Rewind is throwing out Hell's Wraths and Earthquakes from far. He also is coming up a lot. He's coming in just like this, right? He moves forward quite a bit, actually. He just tried it again.
He's just dancing, and he catches a lot of the damage from those dashes, right? Dashes in, dashes out, and those raw specials, right? Whether it be the Rock, whether it be the Hell's Wrath, his teleports have been insane.
Yes, movement's been really good. Scar trying to move forward, didn't amplify.
Oh, now Scar has to work his way through the minefield.
Oh, again, the teleport timings are so perfect for Rewind.
Everything Scar tried right there. Came back to bite him as he goes back to the position he found himself in before. No resources on the screen and chasing Cetrion. Rewind has done just that. Made Scar come to him and made him pay for it. And we've seen it a lot out of these Cetrion players tonight, even Dragon earlier against Sonic. It was just stopping the movement forward. And but Rewind has had a nice mix-up of using that teleport to kind of disrupt the game plan even further. Out here in neutral, like at any time. We don't even know what's
and he's
coming.
calling up these timings on the Buzz Hat really, really well, because you can keep that for a long time still, but Rewind nevertheless has called out like when it's gonna launch a bunch.
This is
His
just
mid-range control's there, his defense is there, his understanding of the timings that Scar would like to use offensively, it's all there.
Deep jump kick right there.
Close.
I think Rewind still tried to wake up with the backdash right there. What a savage. I do the same exact thing. Backdash, yep. Rebuilding that space, try to teleport again.
Scar was gonna call it out though, it looked like. You gotta jump back. Is he there? He's not there in time. And Rewind's away back to this range here. Oh,
no,
got it. He didn't expect it.
No one expects that to hit. No one expects that to hit. Not even these guys at the highest level. Nothing.
Okay.
I don't think there was anything Scar could have done. Your main offensive tool, which is 1-1-1, and now you've got a second mix-up off of that that's unblockable. So that's what this variation is going to be all about for Gambler. It's going to be every single 1-1-1 and 1-1-1 becomes a mix-up, and that's some major damage. On the flip side, we've got HatMan here. I actually didn't see the loadout quite yet. Is this upgraded gen?
It's goop graded. Yep.
Ooh, goop graded? Oh, that's a good name.
Goop graded. Yep. Taking some damage over time is Nightwolf right now. And he's standing in the goop as well. Oh, no, that's
all of that damage over time. It's so much. Burning on it.
It was just a little bit of damage over time. It's up on the ground. Yeah. Ooh, stay out of that.
Oh, it hurts. It hurts. If you guys never panic when the ooze is actually on you, because
that's not a big
minute. It's nothing. Don't stand on it.
Yeah.
No.
Yep. Ooh, he had to get through it though.
Ooh, the chase.
Getting close. Okay, the grabs here. The character does snowball pretty well from the corner. And he does the big overhead and directing the fatal. Just keeping it easy on himself here with kick confirm and fatal blow. Great little comeback right there by Gambler. All right.
What a cheeky Nightwolf move right there. Empty jump forward to
Fight.
Gambler breaking out the early card up his sleeve right there, because he hadn't established much of anything in that first game, David, as far as that command grab, right? We haven't seen it.
We haven't seen it, it's true. Yeah, okay, he can use it as an ender. He does stay close. Wow, wake up buttons!
That was reactionary. That's really good, because, man, I feel like he may have reacted to that backdash by Gambler. It's not really quick, but what a challenge, regardless.
Super cool idea. HatMan, Slayer hat. What a jump! And he's not gonna get a conversion though. Almost there for the end. Using that increased window on the flawless block timings for her pressure outside of the leap, or inside of the leap. Very nice. But still, HatMan taking it.
Really defensive there was KingGambler. He lost a lot
Fight.
of that remaining health just on block chip alone with that insane, you know, upgraded pressure we're seeing out of Jacqui. And now the floor is lava. Gonna put himself onto it, and even there, that was about 7% health lost. Right there. You guys didn't even see it. It just happened.
Okay, yeah.
Oh no.
The goop, and here's the pressure even more. Advantage. Taking as many turns as he possibly can. Back grab is even more.
No reaction on the roll, and shot the wrong goop this time around. And breakaway. No breakaway. Interesting choice. Gonna have to come off it there, and Gambler is now on the hunt. He does have the launcher here. Some big damage. Aim's got command grab mix up here. One command grab mix up, and it's over. Oh! And that may be what actually did it in right there. HatMan may have read that or have gotten really. But these are the layers, and these are the things that these players think about, guys. Especially in those moments. Situation like this deep in bracket, Winners Side top 8.
Yeah, man. And Gambler's shown that he has this ability to make a comeback, even if he's down in life. Well, he's not right now. He dashes forward at just the right moment, no offensive bar available. He's still harassing with this stand 1-1. Oh, it's so good.
Ooh.
I for grab, tried empty jump grab. Yeah, the interruption was there, but it did nothing. Okay, here we go. Finally.
I'm beginning to think that every Nightwolf that does stand 3 is just messing up a flawless one. Because I think working off
okay.
That's an anti-air. Alright, Goo is out, forcing the movement by Gambler. Something we're going to talk about with that Goo, now that we're seeing a lot more with this particular build of Jacqui, is just how she's able to force you to move and also kind of get you to walk into one of her offensive options. And even brought the knee, and the knee is low-key kind of crazy. Oh no, you're bleeding here. That's GG's. All you can just put more down.
No. Oh, I really like that idea right there. That was a super good call. But
if he was
Hat does not have the air shrapnel, right?
Just relying on the Goo.
Yeah, I think this is like basic lead without cancel. Yeah, interesting. Okay.
Goes to show you the strength of really. You can just random select even the individual moves on Jacqui and come out with something pretty good.
I mean, the character's been great the entire time. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Leaps right back in.
Very competitive, but that's also pretty cool in that she has a lot of freedom in her moves, right?
She's got a lot of stuff to do right now. She's just getting beat up right there as KingGambler gets the combos he needs. Gonna have an offensive bar that just came back. Oh, what an anti-air! Here comes HatMan, trying it out.
Ooh, I'm shocked that we haven't seen any tick throws at all.
No, you're right. Yeah, not even one. The only command grab we've seen is at the end of a combo. Yeah, maybe right there as well, but he read it properly. HatMan tried to get out. Gambler knew exactly what was coming. Still not even.
Gambler, he is playing the biggest no mix-up I have ever seen. Gambler needs to calm down right there. You know. It's gonna come into play at some point. I know it is, and it's gonna be so cheeky. Playing the health lead here, and nice, backing up, building the space, making Hat come to him here. Hat definitely has the damage and the explosiveness in that character to make him come back.
No, up at the bar though. That's gonna do it. It's 2-0. Look, I gotta be honest. I don't know if that was the.
Also rocking just a standard variation of Scorpion. Gotta give credit where credit is due. NRS getting the variations right from the beginning with Scorpion. Let's go.
Really harassing with this. Looking for spear big time. Okay. What a neutral jump. Nothing into a combo. Surprising. But he's got a chance.
So almost similar to what we saw with Jacqui, you know, kind of taking away one of those options with the shrapnel. Here, he has limited himself without his teleport cancel. So he's got to be pretty committed here with the Seer and Rage pick.
He will do a lot of damage, right? That's the big thing for this character. A lot of chip damage at the end if you need it. But The morality of the majority, maybe, of Scorpions that I see play are using teleport cancel. Teleport cancel plus like one other thing. Anyway, we'll see. He's got a life lead right now. He's backing off. He's playing it quite slowly. As Scorpion definitely can do. You never know when he's going to threaten his way in. The load start. Got it.
That comboed. A lot of hit advantage on that jump. I think it's a jump too. I'm kind of shocked at that combo. Must be a big punish. Nice, really good on HatMan there, not to do that too early and actually chase him down. Knew the next string was gonna go pretty far forward. You talked about the damage, 469 damage, 469 damage.
And then he felt comfortable enough to take a risk after that. Why not? He had defensive bar and he had done so much damage.
Where's the flex steel guy? That's a lot of damage.
I don't think it's a command grab. It's just consistently not a command grab, dude. It seems like it's an end.
I would have got clipped. I would have read command grab about 7 times by now. Even
100%. Yeah. It's just not what he's going for. He's in trouble now. As HatMan trying to look for shit. Oh yeah.
Is gonna get it there too. What a pick.
That potential in your mind.
It's like. Oh my goodness, never mind.
Starter big at the best part. Get out of there. ASAP looking for the overhead. Oh no, the overhead's not much damage. The low is big time damage.
That's what's been working. HatMan is throwing like a trickier kind of thing. You know, I never see Scorpions just do like instant jump to, you know, lower back three. And the low has actually gotten KingGambler multiple times into the big damage, into these health deficits.
Enter again with command grab here, and he backs off. Sick! That was such a great keep up. No!
Flip up forward. Half expecting that jump, and it turned to 50-50, and Gambler is gonna try to tie this up. Coming in with the tomahawk. Oh! All the damage hidden here here with the lightning. 68 damage. That's an arrow. That's a shoulder.
Oh, he's got to
And
worry
for
about
HatMan,
this point. Yeah, down four is going to be in there for sure.
That's exactly what that down four was going to go
sure.
in. You already know it.
For sure. And Gambler knows it. He's just trying to be away from that.
Oh my goodness! I read command grab. I read command grab. 1,000% 1-1 command grab was coming in my eyes, and
it's never come.
This is some biased commentary. Do the command grab.
Yeah, both of us.
Good
command grab players, but we're not seeing it.
I feel got to be something with the conditioning here. Because HatMan has been kind of aggressive, you know, in those staggers of Gambler. Gambler might just not believe in it and believes that those 1-1s are going to lead into the Rising Tomahawk. Either way, not the story here, as HatMan is just running away with this set right now. Talk about someone who is comfortable, calm, and collected. HatMan here with the Scorpion pick has lit up this
to the nether realm with
Look, before we went live, we asked.
But right there could have closed out a round, you know?
Well, maybe he's just trying to play this long game of making it so HatMan does not expect it. You know, we'll see. We'll see. Game 5, one of these will make it into Winners Finals.
Every single 1-1 I'm just not looking for it right now, but boy, it's
right, yeah.
so well. It's been there we go! Oh my god, it worked!
Uh-oh! Bring out more mix, we'll see.
100% hit rate, by the way.
Yeah, you're right. 1 for 1, baby.
Ooh, the fire's up.
Look, the range was just there. He didn't go. Super far.
A lot of people are finding those jumps. Noob Saibot has one, Kung Lao has one, with their jump 2s and jump 1s that are incredibly far-reaching, that are just really tricky. And Scorpion's looking like he's kind of joining that crew.
It is.
That's going to be the round. KingGambler trying to put a tomahawk in this reverse 3-0 from HatMan. He's one round away from stopping it, but boys, this Scorpion turned everything around. It has looked so strong. This is on the winner's side, by the way. Loser not even eliminated. Both of these guys made it through the winner's side through some insane players. We went over it earlier. Nash Fan Tigers, a lot of killers both these guys went through. And right there, what Nightwolf can do is offer the same mix-up with 1 and 1-1 in the command grab, can also reverse the position there and reverse the side switch.
Oh man.
That's a scary mix-up right there. 2-1. Is a what? +2 right there in the pressure? So you're just kind of holding that stagger? Either way, final game, final round. Both these players playing out of their mind right now. HatMan, I cannot believe that he has searing rage. A potential reverse 3-0 before our eyes.
Great, even still keeping him in the sky. Gambler does good damage. The knockdowns here.
Yes!
And the command grabs are coming out to play in this very
final round. In the final round, we see it on display, and here we go. The rising tomahawk, and even yeet! Oh!
He's alive. He's alive. He can find 3 hits here. He can take it. Absolutely searing rage. Oh no, the arrow got there simultaneously, and Gambler's gonna take it and qualify for Winners Finals.
Oh. The bear.
Fatality.
I'm not gonna lie.
Wins.
I did that kind of wince that I.
Round 1. Fight.
Wound's quote was, "Stay in school." Like a true old man.
What a legend.
Appreciate that. The build collector he's got here. Okay, very grab focused so far. Got pushed, I think, is what we saw, as well as Skywalker. And Arsenal, I think, is a pretty classic loadout. A lot of people are doing classic shell. Wound with the ground eruption. Okay, he's gonna come party as Fujin. Got him mirror match for the next 5 seconds.
Now, one thing I've always wanted to know. Kind of swap back right there. Tried to steal it immediately. That was really good by Han. Tried to check him and try to get a punch. But he actually used Soul Steal. No other competitive Shang Tsung, I think, on planet Earth. Feel free to correct me on that. Use this Soul Steal. Will he be the one? Will he be the chosen one? The chosen Shang Tsung? Once more.
You gotta feel pretty confident in your ability to play the opponent's character, because if not, you're gonna get, you know, not just do badly, but you're gonna get killed as you're going back into your regular Shang Tsung.
Oh no. Gonna be enough for the kill. Nope, 15 health remaining and sliding through with the moment 3! Perfect use of that string. Dashing out with the KP.
Sliding right into home.
Woo! It's crazy. Wound has on Rashid blocked on Twitter, and he still was able to slide into those DMs. I don't know how he did it.
There. It's out of there immediately. Gets that full space. Okay, the explosion to the rescue. Very meter intensive right now with on Rashid. You're not doing any damage on push unless you amplify. Literally. Whoa, okay. Hello, the big risk. The big risk.
Oh no. Oh no. He's trying to set up that KB. Wants to judo chop him right in the forehead. Super solid play right now by Wound.
Yeah, absolutely. There's that mid range though where it gets a little bit risky for Super 2s from Fujin. I keep that range. Wow, it was so close!
That almost worked! It almost
You can see the armor.
I could hear
Almost
it in
about
your voice. It was right there. Wow.
Right there.
This stage gave Shang another corpse to throw. That's not fair.
He was running out. On here. Oh my gosh, the respect! Lovely whip punish out of Han, and he's got some corner pressure here. Will it be stronger? Yep, in there. Ooh, that's a roll.
Check with the throw. Tried to do something right there. I think he tried to come in with the safety of that string, just with the whiff. Not letting that second part come out. WoundCowboy, I think you could just
Almost
done
there.
one fatal blow right there. Not 100% sure.
I kind of think you're right. He's going for chip now. Can he get there? And he
puts out one of the scare. What are the
have this threat that makes zoners think twice about whether they're gonna go for chip. Wow. Okay, starting the party early.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that if Shang does one corpse drop, you have to do about 14 of them to catch up.
Right.
But you're right, it is an option, and it is something that, bam, check it.
Yeah, it's...
But Wound, gonna be...
Trades don't matter on it, right? Like, you literally aren't doing damage unless you're down.
Yeah, and you know that Wound knows that, right? He's gonna sit back and go, I'm winning all these trades, I'm perfectly fine. Ooh! Messing up a little bit, was Han. Trying to move forward.
Great little whip punisher. Here's the flawless. There's no meter for the up, but it's okay. He's taking advantage.
Hit a little bit.
He's looking to confirm that 4-3 by itself, by the way.
Oh, these boys are out here swinging right now. Rashid may have messed up right there. He's such an instant jump normal. Could have been an air-to-air read that he had lost multiple times, about why he did it so instantly. Unfortunate input there. Oh, we got the conversion!
That was big, right?
That's gonna got like
gorgeous. That is a little weird to punish. So now Wound. He could threaten the corner. Yeah, Cowboy's here. Okay, waltzing in. Not sure if that's really what he was looking for, but it all did pay off. And now we got this full screen control, a little bit of it anyway.
I've been very impressed with WoundCowboy zoning right now. He has placed his zoning so well. That's always something to keep a look at, guys. Yeah, you can be like, oh, he's just throwing stuff. No, it's where you throw it, and that's the art of zoning. Especially against a character like Fujin, who has so many options to get through your options. He's gonna be able to break it. Yes, gets out the fatal blow. Of course, come off it to secure the round.
Yeah, that's been huge. You're right that typically Cowboys had really, really good positioning, as he usually does. That's something we've expected from him for a decade now, almost. But when it comes to Rashid, he's been able to sneak in there. Pushes at least making Cowboy thinking about it sometimes. Lovely whip punish on the back one. He's got some damage available. Doomy drops!
No, that crazy jump kick. Yeah, I think it was he went back a little too far and had just run out of time before the active frames that jump kick got out there on the screen. He goes underneath the jump in, push himself to the corner, and sit back down. The straight skulls this time around from WoundCowboy, changing things up, even with the projectiles thrown.
Out of there. Can we get a punish? Not quite. And no offensive bar, but still we do have some control. Not for long! Will he break? No, that was the read!
Han is coming to life right now, though. Wait a second.
There's Cowboy taking the life lead for sure. Super close right now, though. Oh, he jumped in! And he was in for the break.
Got some huge damage! Wait a second! Han Rashid! Taking that with the interactable. That was...
When MK9 came out, 9-10 years at this
You're right,
point.
he's old.
Is he literally old? I mean, none of us is actually old, dude. But, you know, I call myself old. I'm not old. That's what I'm telling you. Please believe it.
David, you might... I'm just kidding.
Got him on the punish. That was so sick on the fall. Well, not too much after that.
He was still able to reverse position too. There was Hunter. You see the last second glide to the it double hopped the corpse there, where he was behind and then in front at the last second. I think that was really good manipulation of it by Han Rashid, saying you're gonna stay into this corner. Short hop kick, the forbidden tech. Instant overheads. What is this necromancy?
Look at this harassment. Yeah, we've already seen the punish a couple of times here for Han. That range right there, and I'm surprised to see Cowboy walk into it. He walked purposely right up to that exact spot and brought up the upskill.
If he's making reads like that, he should pick up Sub-Zero. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay.
Heck, and instantly ends up slow. Here, the grab comes. Cowboys got a little bit more work to do. And the low again, just taking movement at that range. It's not even overhead low mix-up, it's just calling out the opponent's trying to block around.
Yeah, it's actually not that crazy of a read if you think about it. You know that your opponent wants to get in.
Yo! The back kicks! Great block confirm on Rashid. I'm super impressed with his hit confirming the 4-3. No amplify. It's not there yet. Cowboy's stuck. Look at him just in the corner. He would love to get out, but can he?
Oh my god! Okay.
What?
I don't think that was a read of anything. I don't know what you read right there.
Well, he read a button, and that's exactly what came. So he's correct.
Oh my goodness!
It's 2 games to
1 on any day
Fight.
in these games. And with reads like that,
for a long time. Yeah.
good keep it up here.
Good right now. One more game and he moves on and loses side. But yeah, the movement speed. Well, okay, back and forth.
Okay.
You can count on, I think, Fujin a lot of the time to be moving around, right? Fujin's character does not want to just sit still. So the slides kind of make sense, I think, but nevertheless, it could be that Han's outside of your slide range even. What a block here. Han maybe catching on.
Wow, that was such a good block. And again, that becomes 50-50 if you got the rope down.
Couldn't even get out the last hit of that string. This is Han in control.
Han just took the wind out of me, and that is not a pun on Fujin, by the way. I'll go and stop that right now.
Let's do 30 seconds. Doesn't do any damage. Not gonna hurt him from this range. With meter now, yes it will. Look at that! As he had frozen and he knew it. Versus WoundCowboy. Knockdown into the chase. Too far. It's match point for Han.
Round 2. Fight.
Okay, Matrix on Rashid. Does bring out the second part. Too far.
It's great that most of that whip, even though Fujin was covering half of the screen. Knockdown here, and WoundCowboy swinging right there. I may have expected the breakaway. Playing this so smart. Huge health lead. Wound. Running out of health. Not a big damage character either.
Yeah, he's gonna need to whittle away a lot of life here as Han just wave dashes in there just like that.
He's all over the place right here.
The threat of 4-3, a push. Yeah, 4-3 yet again. The grab is gonna do it.
Whoa, no!
Brutality.
I bid you farewell.
Oh, that was unnecessary.
Wins.
That's a lot of
Again, I
fun.
think it's super.
Round 1. Fight.
Drag is the character that a lot of people started seeing last weekend at the We Play event, where of course Foxy and where Tekken Master used the character really well. That stance is strong, there's no doubt about it. There are some things that you can do, some characters can press buttons in between. I don't think, I should say not just buttons, but some specials, some trades and the like. But you're making reads. You know, you can flawless block as well. You're making reads in those situations. And
The way that,
from range, does control her movement pretty well.
the way that we like to talk about Dragon stance in talking with a lot of players that had to deal with it at that We Play event, and the way I phrased that, again, had to deal with it, was that, you know, you have to show them that you do have, that you can deal with it right. If you show them flawless block, if you show them trade, little things like that, then it gets you to layer 2 behind it, which is the fact that she can cancel it meterlessly.
Fight.
So, but it's early on, like you talked about, you have to be the one to kind of show that and get her to the next levels of mix-ups. Otherwise, you're just going to get bullied by this stance.
Oh, big chance, big chance. Here's Jueks. Grab it into the corner now. It's easy, wow, the roll into button, just like that. Looking for the break, nothing came. In the corner, this is definitely better. You know, in the corner, the characters who can trade in between string into activation can hop. Here we go with the big read on down 2.
Oh, it's gonna hurt. AD.
Applies the bleed.
To the skies. Oh no. Oh, that's just wrong.
Well, it's a Jueks on making his way back in. Oh no, he gets sniped. Anti-air right there.
Look at him.
In the sense of a
holding
cannon fired up at an angle. That far even control the chip damage up close. The fact that on actual confirm you can also do damage because he's got the rush punch, whatever it's called. Oh, look at this backdash into this activation as well. And the amplify is that super slow thing, and there's some real obnoxious setups with the stomp in conjunction with that. However, there's a range there. Okay, we just saw it behind it, where the low
there we go.
Fireballs, not literally low hitting, but they will whiff, and also if you neutral duck against the straight ones, they will also whiff. There's a range where that's like that.
Oh, the big read. With no breakaways, it's gonna be a big cash out here. Just how big? Gonna need one more. Comes below. Jueks, applying this pressure, but so much damage has already been done. Here we go.
What? Punch walk? Just like that with fatal blow? I mean, Jueks had some pressure finally go, and it took a game and a half to get there. And as soon as it was there, too easy. Shut it down.
He woke up with the Shokan haymaker, clipped her out of the sky, said, "Get back down here, Miss Briggs. We're not done here."
And those cancels, yeah, like you mentioned, those at range, it's gonna be hard to punish those. Oh, here's a moment.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
That's the beauty of this character is it doesn't take many reads, and they are gonna be there. But early on,
there's the golden turn.
Uh-oh.
That fireball stand cancel, that is always, it's minus double digits. But you gotta call it out, right? It's just a specific read you have to make as a defender.
No bar to back that up. Ooh, that got scary.
He gets scary.
He didn't have leap. None of it's scary.
Had enough sport.
I hate to be the one to say it, but he, just like earlier, probably should have come off that fatal blow right there. Instant air-to-air fatal blow. Oh my goodness, and it's gonna cost him. I think Jueks had it right there in the corner. Was trying to cash out with something a little more optimal, trying to save that fatal blow.
But most people who are playing Jacqui have moved on to incorporating the goop as well. And he's not doing that. He's playing a straight up upgraded Jacqui.
Yeah, goop clinch as well. Add to the arsenal. Oh boy. Oh no.
It's a really hard situation to deal with, yeah. Stun gun headbutt, baby.
Oh, no ender.
Challenge.
I want to overcommit like just in case the early breakaway on the 2-1, I guess. Just guaranteed damage right there. Guaranteed damage. And the queen is about to collect another victim here, David. Match point now for too easy.
Fight.
Looking really strong. What a call! The full juggle! Oh, okay, that was the 3 of them though already was awesome.
Easy, almost waking up with a down. You tried that anti-crossover launching down 2. I respect it.
No offensive bar though, unfortunately. Here it is.
Jueks?
Coming to life, maybe. And the grab works. Okay, well, look, it's going to be a very long road because Tui's already at match point, but Jueks looked really good in that round.
Fight.
Starts off with a big read. Kept him restood. It was great as too easy got the breakaway. He does on the back of Jueks' mic. Tagging in the assist too. That's unfair.
Gonna need it right now. As the bleed is okay. Look at Jueks doing damage to himself, but alright, no big deal. He done way more to Sheeva. Trying to steal a turn in there.
I think that he even tried to like double, like he tried to get to the peak of his jump right there, the peak of his leap, and then shrapnel up and still.
Ew, what a mess.
Beautiful game there. But it was crazy how he was still able to get sniped from.
Typically, Sheeva, I mean, she'll do good damage if all the fireballs hit. But she is taking a risk on those, just like this, okay! As Jueks finds, even in the breakaway, 200 damage.
There's another 200. Ooh, this is gonna be big.
For break. Okay, Jueks, I don't think has broken in that situation.
I think he also learned from that We Play event, David, to just not break away against his character.
There you go again! But just like that, he's not just gonna even it up. He's gonna gain the life lead.
Oh no! David, you cannot. When you've only had those couple of opportunities. Oh, not like that.
Right?
He's gonna get another one.
We're in.
Oh, when he come out the feet?
No!
Not again.
Get the
Not
button in
again.
the sky. He's gonna look around because of
not
two
again.
huge moments in that round from Jueks. Just didn't get what he needed.
Fight.
Jueks is gonna need a lot of mental fortitude to come back from this. Okay.
Beginning.
Or 9-frame mid.
Also pretty good. The setup. And I think Too Easy's only gone for the cancel one time, so it's almost never. Yep, just content to take his chip.
Ooh!
Tried to stay on top. I like the idea.
I think there was a straight shot that got him on the second one.
There's the cancel.
Oh, that's
Again, minus double digits there for doing that.
I don't know what that amplify did. It looked like he just only threw the one projectile. 'Cause that's where you like throw all of your remainers left,
Yeah, I
right,
think
too,
we have
right?
one left. Yeah.
What a troll.
He's looking good. Oh no.
Okay.
Almost there. He was so close. You know, if he finds one hit, oh maybe.
You absolutely have to come off this. Do not make the same mistake twice. Jueks is gonna stay alive here. Let's see if the scaling favors him here. Oh, this roundhouse is definitely gonna go in for the kill.
Just another free
So
win.
despite those two misses before, he's still alive. Still match point though for Too Easy. Starting it.
Oh,
Okay, the mix-ups are working out, and the grab. Jueks is alive. Jueks is alive. Didn't think it was gonna hit.
everything is working. Everything is working now. Hold on. Wait a second.
Too Easy.
I think those are
Final round and fatal. That's fine. But he now needs
kind of
more
tough.
work, and I mean he's got a character who isn't gonna do a lot of damage all at once, especially the way he's using her.
Jueks trying to get the dash punch range. Oh, okay. Gives a reset and caught Too Easy swinging. Wait a second. We're going to a final game, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, did this come out of nowhere? So many
Dance
ups and
part.
downs.
So if you're Too Easy, what do? Do you stick with Sheeva? This character, as a character, I do feel deals well with upgraded Jacqui, but as this goes on longer and longer, it feels like Jueks is taking more control. Because if you think about it, even in that game, if Jueks hadn't dropped those...
When he wants to leap, and may have caught onto a couple of the, I don't know, a couple of the patterns that Too Easy has maybe thrown at him here.
Well, just like you said, we might see more of the layers. That's exactly what Too Easy just brought out. He went in for the grab in a way that he hadn't before. So he is trying to do what you were just describing. So far, looking pretty good, keeping his character and his opponent at most of the screen. He called it out. There it is, Jueks. Jueks is in. Mixed all working out. That says he out of the corner. Oh, yo, then the fatal surely. I can't believe it. He's like not just staying alive here, but he has. Are you kidding me? This match point.
Are you kidding me?
It's not quite nearly.
not even dead yet. Oh no, the top coming. It's gonna amplify. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
The man did
That was
on a huge read to get to his own match point again.
This is insanity. Let it rip right there on Wake Up. That was insanity. Match point now for Too Easy, but Jueks is just not let go of the gas pedal whatsoever. It's taken 80 health in 4 seconds, I feel like. Someone a little upset for letting that last one go, I think. What a match. Out of the sky sniping. Is Too Easy gonna make this comeback now? Fatal Blows locked and loaded.
Why not? If he finds one more hit. The grab.
I don't know where that fireball hit her. Went straight to the sky.
He's looking for the arrow push each time right now. Can Jueks take advantage of that? Jueks the down one. Too easy after all.
Off of some insane defensive decisions from Too Easy. Clutch in the final moments. Wild Wake Up.
I'm thinking back to that Wake Up teleport.
Yeah, Wake Up teleport. So it was a very aggressive read, and it was a very solid, defensive decision to wait out the double shrapnel blast.
Did you notice his variation? What do we got here?
I didn't pay attention to it. I was still looking down at everything else that I have going on here, but I'm sure we're gonna know.
He's got
Kitana,
low.
yeah, low fan is really good for mix-ups. She has a few overheads in her strings. That's gonna be a punish. No, he drops the opportunity. He thought he was gonna amplify it, so he just kept waiting. Low fan getting right under that.
Hey, there's that works because you're looking for low fan.
Yeah, exactly.
HatMan here pressuring with the sweep. Oh no, I don't know if that was intentional. Using the interactable instead of maybe amplify something. Happens to me sometimes.
Oh yeah. Very common there, especially if you have the shortcuts on. Good confirm into the fatal blow.
You know, his use of fatal blow has been really interesting. He's been willing to take risks on that. He's been willing to just bring it out very quickly, very suddenly in some cases. That looked like a straight up buffer right there.
Round 2.
Yeah. And again, it's round number 1. If it connects, cool. You get to win the round. If it doesn't, that's fine. You still have that resource for a little bit later in the next 2 rounds if you want to use it. Nice cancel to go for a throw mix there instead of going for the normal back throw that a lot of people are expecting. Again, he's trying to trigger the failed escape here, trying to do something. But HatMan,
HatMan's in trouble in life here. Oh, yo, that was so sick. Back off the shimmy. There's a little bit of left. No, not even that was gonna cut it. Han will just complete control in the second round.
They do very specific things to it. It will just come down on you. So let's see how he can use it here.
What a
Not sure why. Yeah. Oh, just swinging with those far-range normals, making the connection, trying to possibly go for the back throw for the corner positioning, but Han Rashid all over it. Unfortunately, he gets hit by some ground eruptions.
And that's they're so good on the 4-3. That's so strong to be able to do that on reaction. And he's in control. He's got a life lead. He's pressuring. He's got a punish.
Oh, man. Pay attention to the detail there, going over to the left side, making sure that he kept his opponent in the corner. And the execution for Fujin is not easy at all. Definitely one of the higher execution characters.
Take some plus frames here. And Han just hanging out. Pop in the corner. What an answer! He was just waiting for it seemingly, and he was right.
So patient, just waiting for the opportunity. Tries not to force it, just says, I'll find it. Even with someone with a great jump in like Shang, Tsung still able to anti-air, no problem here. Ducking under the fireballs, trying to avoid as much as possible, but does get clipped there on the amplified corpse drop.
And just like that, here's Han. No. Can he get there in time? He can actually on the back one.
Oh, but it looks like he wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't close enough there, so he actually, you know, didn't get there in time. You don't want to get there too soon because you can't combo, but you also don't want to get there too late because you want it to combo into the actual launcher.
That's
playing it safe here.
Straight up into grab, so close now, threatening big time, and it's just harassing again. So we did see HatMan, I think, start up Shake one time. I think at the end, near the end of that round, there was one moment.
You know, and the mind game for afterwards. Whereas like Fujin's is a little bit more. I feel like its stagger is better, where Scorpion's is more of like a hit confirm.
He had 1-1 and not the combo. That could have been huge, especially for Searing Rage. Start the party really strongly.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a missed opportunity. Huge missed opportunity. Back throw doesn't trigger the failed escape for the crushing blow, but that's okay. He found a lot more space here, able to start up that buff with theory.
That was so sick. What a punish! Look at okay. On is just bringing the all protect. The punish was there. The flawless block was there. The mix-ups are here.
Han is super on point right now. You cannot stop this man. He's pouring offense right at the door, but you know this is do or die. This could be the last game here for HatMan.
Didn't believe it on the last hit there. As Han is threatening, they're both scheming here. The tech comes.
Oh, and that was very
needle. Okay.
Yeah, very tricky. Most people don't really cancel into anything, but you know, Fujin does have the ability to keep it not safe. Obviously, Needle by itself is definitely not safe, but you don't know if he's going to amplify it, so you don't know if he's going to follow his block gap, or if you're going to challenge right afterwards.
And guess what? We're at match point here for Han Rashid, who's already up 2-0, having beaten the Kitana and the Shang, and he brings in the KB.
Closer to the corner, but Scorpion has one teleport away. Oh, does get the punish, crushing blow. And Han Rashid isn't going to have the bar to break away from here, but unfortunately it looks like HatMan just didn't have the offensive bar to really make that one hurt. He does have the pressure going on. Han Rashid with no bar. He just needs to rely on blocking or maybe just delay wake up. Short hop, very unsafe, but does the trick, and Han Rashid hit confirming beautifully into this fatal blow. No problem. As soon as he went down below 30%, that's the first thing he was looking for. I just need a regular hit into a fatal blow to seal the deal. Han Rashid with a probably the most convincing set of his top 8 so far.
3-0, it's the first one that we've had. And yeah, you're like right. I think regardless of the character choice there, it was just all Han Rashid. It was him in pressure and in movement.
You know, we're very, very on time already. We're not sure
what a start.
Yeah. Calling out, a lot of Kung Laos love to jump on wake up. Not saying that it's anything like discrediting for them, but you know, he's got great air control. That dive kick, very, very good. The jump free, very, very good.
Funky.
Yeah, weird. I like how he made that jump in kick whip. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in any case, it was a bit of a pressure for him, but not anymore. Just like that start makes his opponent come off defensive bar. He wanted 42.
Yeah, not really sure what the mindset was there. I mean, whether forward 2 was gonna hit or not, it didn't matter. That buzzsaw was there to stop anything you were going for, and that's why Scar put it up there.
Well, a lot of characters can. Wow, that was a sick conversion. A lot of characters can deal with that. I'm curious to see what it is the sub does. Can he get an amp ice ball out this time? I don't know.
Possibly. I know he
I don't know.
His box forward. Yeah. He needs his box a little forward. So he's definitely got to space it out specifically. I'm sure Scar is aware of that completely. Hat coming out. Oh, that's a big whip, but he didn't punish. He did stand 1-2 instead of back 1. Oh man, but hold on, still finds it. Beautiful conversion.
Ooh, the hard conversion.
Yeah, definitely not easy. And look at that call out. Look at that call out from Scar, able to go right into the fatal blow, and now so close to the end of the combo. Not going to scale too much just because it's a fatal blow. Be enough to kill. Very, very close. No, he still has 4% left. What's Scar going to do for that last 80 bit?
Oh no!
No! I mean,
the idea of making Look, you don't want to make it so that sub feels that he has total control. You want to throw out a hat sometimes. You want to throw a projectile sometimes, regardless of which character you are. And it was just the wrong moment. And I'm a little surprised to see that Scar did take that risk.
I mean, I guess in his, you know, the mindset there was, I'm gonna do this once because he's not expecting it, and I'm gonna, you know, take advantage of it, you know, jump in, force him to block a few things, make him think I'm gonna throw whatever Scar's game plan was. Oh, puts himself in the corner, but just like that, he takes himself out. And Scar, look at it, turn this around, bringing that hat back, super meaty.
I feel like Sub-Zero's having a tough
buzzsaw. He's gonna go into Shake. He's gonna completely negate it because once Shake activates, it goes into a different. Oh man, that was insane.
But I love that Scar started off. He's like, "Oh, you guys Shake, huh? What about this? Okay, there's another way to deal with it as well. The ground eruption."
And around it, not really putting yourself out there. Scar with a great conversion here. He likes a little dive kick in the middle of the combo, extending it a little bit farther in. And now Too Easy's in the corner, but just like that, jumps out of there, trying to keep it safe with that sweeping string instead of going for the big gapped one. Oh, what an anti-air. Goes for the soul screen at the end. Scar with a breakaway. Too Easy, not in a bad position, able to keep that momentum. That buzzsaw hat probably going to be... Oh, he definitely can. He definitely can. Oh, the down three, trying to lock him down on the ground. Make sure he's not jumping out of there in a bad spot, but doesn't get the conversion. Scar was
too close.
Heck.
Just not right at the exact spot he needed, unfortunately, for Too Easy. But great job by Scar to recognize that.
Fight.
So the idea of Shake is to try to convince no hats to come out. It is not working.
No, definitely not. Oh, I think that could have been Shake there. I feel like Kung Lao couldn't have got the Shang in time before the buzzsaw hat was coming towards him. It looks like right there, Too Easy modifying the combo, maybe to look for that, or not to hang himself, you know, for the break attempt. But Scar not giving it to him at all.
Flawless. The counter, and Too Easy off the defensive bar. What a read on down, too.
Oh yeah,
Gets some pressure. He did have to hit, but no confirm. Another chance. Yes.
Man, I love how Too Easy made Scar look for the throw by not moving at all. Like Scar was so sure that he was just like a statue. That's the perfect time to throw someone. They're not moving. They're not, you know, challenging. They're not doing anything but blocking. But I guess it kind of just tricked him there because he wasn't. Ducking. He was actually ducking. Good flawless block up to from Scar, getting a nice little conversion. It's Too Easy fighting back, answering back here, trying to establish a little bit of zoning, but he doesn't have the life to really work with this. He doesn't have too much wiggle room here.
Yeah, and the startup on Corpse Drop is really long, as you can see, and that is not going well for him right now. The Shake!
Oh, Scar knew. Scar knew it was coming.
I mean, Shake never worked. And you will have to be a little bit more cognizant of that than versus characters who don't have to.
Yeah, but I feel like, yeah, Too Easy is confident. You know, the biggest complaint that, you know, a lot of people have about Kung Lao teleport as a Kung Lao player is that you can wait for it and punish it. Any option, down one. You got your little air conversion here. I like the bait here. You know, kind of making sure that Scar is going to hit that up three on the wake up. Too Easy switching sides, trying to go for the unblockable, and Scar not there in time to punish. Too Easy unfortunately commits to a button, commits to that jumping kick, and gets trip guarded for a combo punish. Oh, tries to hit the up two. If it was any other character, if it was any other up two, it probably would have worked. But it's Sheeva, and she's, I mean, I don't know, she's got 4 arms. I don't know why they're going just straight up.
She punches all of them straight up into the sky as Scar goes on to match point here versus Too Easy and Sheeva. Some of the stuff he's doing I think makes sense. He's definitely not going for the zoning. That just doesn't seem like it's going to work out. But even the up close stuff, Scar able to battle out of it.
Fight.
Stance, Scar caught sleeping a little bit there, nearly 20%, just for a fireball, just because you were not paying attention for like a split second and that fireball hit you. Oh, it was a big jump, no confirm, no commitment, I should say, here from Scar. Oh, tries to punch walk her way out, swinging with that string. Okay.
At least he's starting to start things off, and just like that, oh, well, he didn't go for the KB. Oh no, he got another chance here. No, Scar!
he let him live. He let him live. Too easy.
That's a bummer. Oh, that's gonna be that. Yeah, Scar just had complete control. Each of the 3 characters we saw, Sub-Zero, Shang, Sheeva, none of them did the trick. It was Scar each time. 3 games to 0. So these last 2 matches have been the only. Alright, well, let's see what they got. I didn't notice. I gotta remember to actually pay attention during the loading screen. Yo, he has Hana's Wrath? Is that what I just saw? Come on, let's do it. Is that correct? Let's see, okay. What do we got? What do we got? The bird? Yes, we got the mid bird that makes it so you can't spin that bar. That's what I'm talking about. On block or hit. By the way.
Oh, God.
But if you just got a KB,
Yeah, it gets rid of it. It's kind of like an effect that's on the field, just completely negates it afterwards. Oh, the down 3 does hit him airborne, but you know, Gambler not able to get there in time. Does hit the overhead rewind, caught sleeping. Nice and low here. Failed escape. That is going to fulfill his crushing blow requirement. If he decides to dip into it, tries to go for the overhead the second time around, but this time rewind holding up, making sure he punishes on the way down. Low fireball blocked. Low fireball is such a good ability to equip to Liu Kang. I feel like it's very, especially now that you have customs, it's very, very tough to leave low fireball over there, because having a fireball that you can't just, you know, neutral duck is it's so tough to kind of like avoid that chip damage, and you make players play in a certain way, just make them afraid of it. Right there, ducking under all those highs, tries to go for a throw, but KingGambler challenging with a down 3. Big jumping kick here.
Got a lot of control here. All he needs is maybe 1 more hit, maybe 2 more hits. That's gonna be that. I'm with you, man. Low shot is super good.
Abilities that he's gonna give a shot, maybe like a secret little Hail Mary that nobody knows about, but he really didn't get to use it too much, especially not in that last round. That last round was all.
Yeah, I felt like Rewind's just always in his face, and even when he's not, he's making the low shots work, right? So he really didn't get that many opportunities. Here we go, though. Yeah, breaks it immediately. Okay, it's a grab. So maybe now? Yes, indeed. Yeah, you can't have a... Oh, what a break, though.
Okay, nice little back throw here. Oh, that was really far. It actually whipped there, but it's okay. Gambler finds the situation, gets it going.
Oh, okay.
Man.
Again, that's gonna be gone right now. Yeah, if you got access to meter. Could have more. He tried it out big time. KingGambler was patient, got the punish.
Big risk there from Rewind, but you know what? He was willing to do it. He wanted to kind of sneak that fatal blow in there.
Opportunity. So 350 just like that yet again. Curious to see the Hana's Wrath not coming out very often. Even here, it does have substantial startup. Yeah, but KingGambler, I mean, he wants to get in. That's clearly the idea here. Trying to get in, but in that whole round, never got it. And as soon as he got close, it was Rewind who took control.
Fight.
Fireball does get flawless blocked all the way from downtown. Trying to keep that consistency here is KingGambler, but you know, it's really easy to mess those up. Very specific timing here on the flawless blocking. Rewind not committing to the full string, getting the reversal throw. Tricky stuff, because most good players, you know, when they're at a frame disadvantage, they're more than likely gonna block because they don't want to get hit.
Okay, now here's Gambler. He respects the strings. A couple times I missed it. There's the bird! And now it's Gambler, he can party, not as concerned about flawless walk up 2s and 3s. But the buff doesn't last that long, the debuff doesn't last that long, I should say. Oh man, he was really baiting the flawless block at there.
Oh, what a duck under that last fireball. So specific to Liu Kang, so specific to that setup. And Gambler just doing it like it's nothing. Oh, he didn't commit to the whole thing. Oh, and the armor break going right through. Right through that breakaway.
Boy, he's so strong.
Fight.
So Gambler has played this almost entirely with the idea that he needs to get in. And I felt like part of why he wanted Hana's Wrath is that he could make it so that there's no Amplified Fireballs if the break comes. But, you know, when he's at range, we haven't really seen the bird come out even still. Oh my god, this grappler!
Yeah, this is definitely a grappler. Again, the abilities, the specific abilities equipped here. Oh, hitting him there with that nice little blow, little kick to the shin here. Gambler
And the
really
weight
didn't
before
get
the
this.
grab. To get to match point in Winners Finals here, to get into Grand Finals on Winner's Side. Rewind is looking great for that.
Fight.
Just like that, Rewind is back in here on pressure. He's had so few opportunities. And when he has had opportunities, it feels like Rewind's been battling back each time. Here's one opportunity. Can Rewind battle back? Yes! So quickly as well. The bird staying boosted, not coming out to play. Bird? No bird. Slow approach here from KingGambler. Just bulldogging the classic stuff. Since all the way back at the beginning of fighting games. Walk and block as the approach. Just staying very safe. Here's a chance. No, the amplifying reaction from Rewind. Super good. The bird. Okay, can he make it happen now? Beautiful.
Final round.
So he at least takes the round. The reflect. First time we've seen that as well. I can't believe it. Here's a chance. No, unfortunately. Here's a little bit of harassment, a little bit of pressure. The grab with the tech as well. Rewind still aware defensively. He finds an opportunity to get out of the corner, put his opponent in his full screen. And from here, he's had so much strength. He's been able to zone out very well. His low fireballs have been great. The anti-air on reaction amplify. Stand fireball, no. But then thrown out of it. Hoping to bait maybe a false block with that early jump, but Rewind understood the situation, and he's only a few situations now from taking it, maybe even a couple hits. That slow approach, the bulldogging. Okay, some plus frames maybe to deal with. One mix up, he's gonna need a couple more. No whip punish, yes, he did get it. And he's going directly into turtle blade. One more opportunity still. Arrows. Hana's Wrath finally comes out to play, and there it was. KingGambler, okay. Does take
But in a lot of fighting games, it's not common at all to shut off resources completely.
Here we go, and defensive bar comes off, of course. Okay, he had gone for throw there several times. Maybe that was Rewind looking for yet again. Gambler, it seems like he's in control. Maybe so. He looks good in this round. The bird. Hana, but no meter. Yep, you can't load the KV.
I like that KingGambler challenge there with that bicycle kick. It's not as plus as it seems, even if it leaves you in a standing position. I think challenging, you know, more than not challenging is usually the right idea. Oh, the stagger pressure here from Rewind, challenging there with a down one, trying to solidify the turn, recognizing that the down one hit, but KingGambler inching his way out, but just like that, Liu Kang with some stagger pressure, pushing him all the way back into the corner.
Are you trying? Rewind really turned it on. He had so much stagger here. Finally, no, and then that should do it. That should be the round. It is. It's a match point yet again for Rewind. That corner pressure was amazing, and those staggers were extremely effective.
Round 2. Fight.
And Rewind never deviated from the plan. Like, even if he got like pushed back a little bit, he said, that's fine, I got some staggers of my own. He's gonna be constantly guessing. Here it is, no access to meter. Oh, but KingGambler not finding the hit, finds it here. Rising Tomahawk, trying to switch over to the other side to push Rewind to the corner, where both players find themselves in the middle of the stage. Nowhere to really go, but either direction towards your opponent. Here comes the bird again. Good reactions here from Rewind, recognizing that overhead and standing up to block it. fireballs.
I'm surprised to see
All
those
those-
blue reflect, the blue burns.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure there's good reason for that. He knows the matchups. Well, it's a chance for
Forward
pressure
throw.
here, up close. A little bit of a shimmy and Rewind taking control.
Forward
Trying
throw.
to anyway.
Going for that low hitting string, but Rewind recognizing, blocking low, making sure he doesn't get opened up by that little trick. Challenging again with this down ones right after the stagger pressure. Catching Gambler, you know, swinging a little too late. Oh, that could have been it. And he does find the conversion afterwards. Rewind taking it 3-1. You know, despite Gambler getting something on the board, despite...
Round one.
Yeah, I don't see this working out though. I mean, you know...
It's a matchup a lot. I mean, yeah, it is a volatile matchup certainly, but I'm very interested to see what Scar does with it. As a Robocop, you also can probably tell, we both play Robocop on this commentary right now. And, we'll see, yeah.
I mean, maybe that's just me downplaying a little bit, saying I don't see this panning out well for Scar, but again, you really got to give it to someone for trying to pick something a little bit outside of the box here. Forward throw, possibly going for some kind of throw mix, but either way, fine. Look, there it is, the low shot getting blown up easily there by the Skywalker, but had that been the high shot, like you said, David, that would have blown him clean out of the sky. But then he mixes it up with the forward three to get under the high shot. I mean, is the risk reward there in Robocop's favor? I don't think so.
Yeah, Robocop really
Maybe.
depends, at least with this variation, he really depends on having
Fight.
control of the stage. And like I said, yeah, that does knock out of the sky. Okay, 2 escape fails. I don't know if he's gonna cash out yet. Yeah, he doesn't do that. But he can control. Tried it on the arm control cannon. It wasn't quite fast enough. The knock. There's a lot of damage.
Okay.
On Rashid's everywhere.
Scar hitting him with normals. I'm actually surprised that's still connected there, even if it hit him airborne.
Got him. And Jamar is controlling the stage. This is what Robocop needs to happen. Yeah.
Fan away, but look at that, man. That back 2 range, so good. And the fact that it leads into this damage, into this control, Rashid can still come back. He can just run forward 3. Never mind. 1 forward 3 fatal blow to being back into it. But unfortunately, Scar does find the way out there. And unfortunately for Rashid, gonna have to go into the next round here. Now Scar has run out of a lot of space, a lot of movement here. Limited. Rashid's throat.
3-2, they're pulling away. He may cash out here. Yes! 300 damage, and now Scar can, well, hope what he wants to do anyway is run away. On Rashid, wow, the call out there! On would love to get a slide in.
Oh no. Alright, David, I know you know that pain. Follow clock up doing, missing on everything. Absolutely everything.
Down 2 underneath
Oh,
what we
man.
hope to be a grab or another high.
Is he gonna lose because that up 2? Winners?
He's got it! Yes! On Rashid on the conversion. So I think that's gonna be that. It is. Well, what does Scar do here? I don't know which characters they played when it came to the winner's side, when they played earlier, when Scar... I can see that, and Scar switches away. He's done appeasing us as Robocop players, or... Not gonna do that anymore. He's just trying to win a fan or 2 here on the commentary desk. Well, mission accomplished, but now he's gotta win for real, and it's over to Kung Lao.
Okay, attempts to go for some kind of throw mix, wants to switch it up, but Rashid does not bite, doesn't get the failed escape, that'll lead into a big crushing blow. What a whiff punish here. Rashid hitting that back 1-1, converting with some good damage, leaving him in a standing position, and just continuing the onslaught of the back 1-1 staggers.
Wow, great
That's
ball.
tough.
That was cool. Here it's coming again. What a conversion!
That all happened from an airborne down 3 connecting here. Scar taking big damage on his side. Rashid getting under it, but he didn't hit confirm it.
He's usually so strong with that hit confirm, and in this one situation when he really needed it, it didn't come.
Fight.
did not hit confirm it. He didn't hit confirm it. And it's not an easy thing to do. The time is, the window is pretty small. Not as small as most single hits, and the ability to hit confirm, but that one has a little bit of a longer window here. Still very tough to do.
It's possible, but right, exactly. It was tough to do. Scar with a big advantage. Life leads there. Rashid's trying to slice in. Runs away. Question is, can he get back in and make some damage? No, the buzz tap is really good.
Position right next to your opponent. Oh, so tough to deal with. Is a normal coming? Is a throw coming? Is which way is he throwing?
And
But
then I
either
feel
way,
like
Scar
Rashid
fine.
just got a little scared. A super strong Lu before. I'm sure he still does, but he definitely has been focusing on Fujin since the character came out. Okay. So he's got some more forward movement here. You can really tell. Controlling immediately. Oh, what a jump!
What a call out! The fact that, I mean, if he did it any later, any sooner, that, you know, definitely would not have panned out well for him. It was just perfectly timed. Look at that, man. Maximizing the distance. Yeah, maximizing the distance to make sure that crushing blow hits. That is so specific to the timing. Like, you cannot be off by any little bit to make sure that that connects.
Nope, he threatened to
that
get
was
out of
just-
that. I thought that was gonna happen.
He just didn't care. He said, go ahead. You're gonna punish me if you're challenging? I don't care. I'm going for it. Trying to shake Scar here. Oh, up 3. Scar didn't really go for a full jump. I think he was kind of making Rashid flinch. Maybe he was going to go for like a short hop, empty jump into like a throw. But either way, Rashid's up 3 does find the success. But Scar's not letting him, not letting it get to him. You know, keeping the pressure here. He's got the corner positioning. Buzzsaw hat, little short hop here, and Rashid going for the armor activated.
I like that. That's the hat mode. That makes sense to me. That's such an impressive situation. Just send some bar and get out of there. Really good.
Yeah. The armor really helps there in that scenario, but you know, you don't really have too much access to it in this game generally.
Here's what he could have had last game. This time he did pressure a little bit, not too long. Maybe a chance, yes.
Big punish there. Scar going with the breakaway at the very end of that combo. Didn't want to go up for a little bit more. This time does find the hit. Rashid up against the ropes, up against the wall. Scar, a little limited on resources here. But Rashid, he knows if he finds the next hit very soon, it can really, really hurt Scar.
Maybe missed the falls block, unfortunately, there for Scar. Rashid's out. He dashed in. He's still, I feel he's timid here, and when he's not, he's been able to get control, get some mix-ups, get damage, but when he's been patient, not as often. No risk on follow-up. Falls off from him. To what effect? Scar now patient defensively. Oh, back and forth, the shimmy! Does not take the bait.
And this is so scary because Han's got fatal blow. He knows it's one hit, and Rashid's not trying to give Scar anything else other than just the hit into fatal blow. He's not trying to give him access to fatal blow, but right now he's running out of time, he's running out of health. Oh, he just did it.
It was really close.
Really good. So, you know, my usual stuff isn't going to work on it, so, you know, they don't even try it. It could be that. It could be that in this scenario because Scar is a really, really good player.
No doubt about that.
Oh, hitting him with some
I
armor,
like
getting around.
He's really aware of where the interactables are, and yeah, spend that bar on.
Definitely spend the bar. Get around that buzzsaw hat.
Whew. Okay, a little bit of damage on the other side. Great anti-air. But not the full combo.
Gets a little side switch, but just drops the conversion just a little bit. Oh,
That's ridiculous. Right?
Did you see the stand for? Oh man, come on,
That was
come
amazing.
on, Rashid. You're too good. You're absolutely too good here. But Scar Doesn't want to take it lying down. Goes for a throw. That could have been devastating. That could have been round ending here. But Scar does see to live another day.
The interactables are really coming to Han's rescue, and he does. His awareness of the stage has really been factoring big time versus Buzzed has. Oh, that's interesting to put Needle in there. Didn't work though.
Oh, Scar just kind of hunting. Yeah, he chased him down, hunting down that backdash attempt here from Fujin. You know, not letting him get away. That forward three has a lot of recovery if you do it just by itself, especially if it whips.
Oh, that was really smart though to get under the hat. I like that a lot.
A lot of low profiling here. Up two somehow not whiffing there. I see a lot of Fujin players hate their up two.
Here's the grab. Finally, we see escape failed. So that is what Scar's doing. He's willing to get grabbed and just try to tech either way.
Yeah, but is he gonna go for the kill, for the throw? No. Doesn't go for it at all. Scar trying to get some kind of conversion here, but he does break away. Rashid, one tiny little bit left.
Because he is confirming it, right? It's probably a block confirm, and then just trying it out, seeing that, or hoping that Scar would press buttons. He did not. It's match point Scar.
Yeah. That is exactly what happened there in that scenario. It was very, very late, you know, confirm or, you know, block confirm. You know, he didn't do it right away. Down two, crushing blow. Gonna pop up for some big damage. Another down two to make sure it hurt, just in case he did break away. Which I guess was the school of thought there for Rashid. Is he gonna break away? Let me get as much damage as possible.
Was that really causing a lot of problems? Yes, gets away. So now that defense that Scar has been using so well is really coming into play here because Han has rarely gotten big opportunities. Yes, he's harassed, but big moments, no. He may still be sitting on that escape fail. I don't know that it's gonna come up. Last chance.
Oh god. Oh man, down to the wire here. Rashid, it's do or die for you.
Oh my god, the patience here. And he is
still
gonna cash out. He still had it. He's got a chance. That's it. And he ties it up 2-2. Wow.
Scar
right down to the Losers Finals versus KingGambler. It's like we said, a run back. Sick anti-air. Han lost last time 3-2. Again, we're going down to the 5th game just like they did in the winner's side too.
Yeah, I mean, two very close, matched, level of skill between these two players, in my opinion. Whoa, what a flawless block up to here from Rashid. Leaving Scar in a standing position, backing off, but Scar ready to hit up forward as soon as he comes out of that block center. Nice version here.
Down 3 with the preemptive anti-air. Yeah, and then the awareness by Scar to turn it into something legit. All he really needs is chip here. That was enough. It's a match point. Again for Scar.
Yeah, how many times has he been here, David? And Rashid able to clutch it out, able to, stay alive, stay in it to win it. Oh, goes for the higher string there. Rashid doesn't bite. Saw Hat doing so much pressure here. Possessed Hat super duper plus on it. Rashid trying to catch Scar slipping here. I'm not sure if that was a punish. Yeah, it was a kind of messed up the. Yeah, definitely a big combo here, but unfortunately drops the opportunity. Oh my god, look at the movement, David. Did you see that movement?
Yeah, amazing.
He's going back and forth. Scar giving him a nice little wave dash of his own.
Han's in big trouble. This stare down that we've so often seen. The second hat hits, and Scar takes it after all, just like before in Winners.
These two competitors does make it out. It's gonna be a rough thing to overcome here. KingGambler starting off pretty strong here, getting that throw with Scar. inching his way in, finding that projectile just a little bit to just kind of sneak in there, get some damage. Look at that, just dash up 1-1-1.
That's going to be the name of the game for Gambler. I didn't see which thing he brought with the launch this time around, because we saw him bring the Hawk on the winner's side right to take away the use of the meter, but he's been also complementing that with command grab. I didn't see what he loaded up here. It's really curious what he's going to bring to try to give Scar something different here in this loser side run here. The short hop kick coming out of Scar, the unthinkable here. I love that we're seeing it more and more here in the online pro competition. I think it's something that you're going to see a lot more just in the online play of things here as we get, developed here in the 2020 meta Arma, but look out for short hops moving on. That's all I'm going to say right there. And starting off with a huge read. Scar surviving death's door right there. The raw spin in front of his face. You madman. Scar betting it all on the line, right? Didn't even have the meter to back it up, and I half expected a raw fadeable. We've seen that all tournament long from him too.
Oh yeah, loves doing raw fadeable, but what I thought was interesting there was Gambler, he didn't want to wait for the spin to come towards him or the spin to get blocked. He actually just challenged right away, and I don't know if that was, intentional, but that looked really, really good here.
That actually could have killed him, you're right, because what if he had done the amplify early, just caught the button, and then GG's big fan. But no, not going to happen here, and Gambler off of that is going to get a huge health lead here, and he did bring that command grab to complement those 1-1-1s. But as we've also seen, he doesn't like to abuse it. He doesn't like to go for a lot of tick throws. He just has it there as a threat, and it's that threat that he uses to open up his opponent's Scar at the mount. A huge comeback here, the late teleport, and those short hops, the conditioning had paid off to do the empty
offensive. So you're gonna you're gonna see Scar, withholding and refusing to break away, because if you break away, there goes your offense.
And it's all gone. All 4 bars of meter. But like you talked about, it takes a lot of belief, especially coming off so early on, because it leaves yourself susceptible to the damage that you just ate here before us. Over 300 damage, pretty decent knockdown here for Nightwolf. But the good thing is that does come back pretty decently and had enough for the wake up in that situation. But still, that's just free damage on the table for your opponent if it doesn't work out for you early on. So you already got to shuffle this back to the corner here, and Gambler back on the hunt.
Oh yeah, definitely on the hunt, definitely on the lookout here. Scar tries to fight his way out of this corner, doesn't use the interactables to get out because it might be a little too predictable, a little too punishable. But both these players not really, taking big chances here after getting hit with down 3s or down 1s. Both these characters have amazing down 3s, but a lot of throws are working out because of that, because they're being too respectful. Oh man.
Probably just a hard read of Gambler on the 1-2 stagger. And there you go, having the meter to back it up. And I almost wanted to go back to when he first talked about this variation that Scar had. And it's also, as long as he's got the resources, the variation could also be called like never your turn, because you truly never know when he's going to come off that power of meter. And that's why he gets away with so many down 3s, stand 1s, and 1-2s. It's because you truly never know when he's going to let it rip. As long as he's got the bar here, Scar taking the health lead. It's the start of the comeback. Get back into the set. There's a down 2. There's another one.
Big crushing blow here. A lot of resources, a lot of damage here. Nearly 46%, right above 45. Oh, blocks the overhead at the very last possible frame here. It almost seemed like it. Oh, good blocky overhead again. You gotta really be on your toes here. To get on your toes, you gotta watch out for those throws, especially when they're like game-winning throws, round-winning throws.
Coming out staggers, brings to the table as these two are, face to face. Once that gap is closed, Kung Lao becomes a completely different monster.
Yeah, a lot of great, strike mid. It's just the fact that the abilities that he has equipped lead into so much damage. KingGambler hit confirming perfectly here. Rising Tomahawk does lead in some good damage. Goes for the side switch there by going into the command grab there at the end. But decides to back off. I guess he's okay with, even life. That's going to be a big punish. Spin to win does not work out for Scar. Oh, man,
even though
he thought throw was coming.
Even though it was a drop, I do respect that attempt of a pickup. Scar saw the down 3 and dire, went for the pickup and believed in the pickup into the spin. That's a Mortal Kombat player to me. That's a Mortal Kombat pickup. He's gonna eat the neutral jump, but Gambler didn't have the belief this time around to follow up, even though he had the resources to put him on life alert with a fatal blow.
Yeah, I guess he just, again, looking for a stagger. Did not have confidence in the fact that the jump in was going to actually hit. I guess he was anticipating more of an actual block. Ooh. God, did you see the range on that down 3?
Dude,
Gambler thought he was out.
That's
He thought he
exactly
was
what I was
out.
about to say. I was like, I thought I would have been safe for sure.
He's like, I backdashed, I'm out, I'm okay. Oh man, dude, down 3, still so good from Kang Lao.
Sandal came loose. Yeah, Sandal came loose and just gave him like a little bit of an extended hitbox there. I don't know what to call it right there, but
A little slap with the chancla.
ooh, barely off on getting the forward 4 to connect there. Nice late orbital hat hit, still has the resources, and what a thread of the needle! Gambler forward 1 through the hats, and I do not recommend you try that at home. Or you know what? Screw it. You probably weren't going to win anyway. Go ahead and try it. I'm just kidding.
Back throw here, nice in the side of the head, side of the neck, however you want to call it. And Gambler trying to get Scar to flinch, maybe try to get Scar to go for some crazy spin, maybe a crazy dive kick so we can just kind of, you know, call it curtains, just finish this job. However, he doesn't want to dip Kang Lao too much in a fatal blow, but it looks like he had no choice at that point. Kang Lao can get a lot of damage here if he does find a strike, especially if he's finding conditioning. Gambler with all these throws. Big conditioning here.
Scar's also not been afraid to do a raw fatal blow with this character and fly across the screen, but and instead it's going to be the down 3 into the hat. It looks like Gambler has already been predetermined, pre-committed into pressing a button right there, going up to the down 3. Hat still hitting afterwards. That's just letting me know that he wasn't blocking whatsoever. That.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh my goodness.
Is he a crazy person for doing that?
He was needing a little bit of an adjustment being down 1-2 here, Arma, and guess what? Throw something a little bit different. Raw shoulder was just what the doctor had ordered.
Definitely not something that Scar was anticipating. Definitely not anticipating that at all.
We weren't anticipating.
Oof. Nice here. Okay. Scar with a good conversion.
Gambler still isn't ready for the fact that it's just not going to be his turn as long as Scar has meter. Even there, throwing out the 1-2. And this is all Scar right now in the driver's seat.
Round 2.
This change has been everything.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes people don't, you know, just the threat of meter is enough, but, you know, I guess Gambler just doesn't want to be caught like that. He doesn't want to be caught, you know, respecting somebody who didn't use meter when they had it just because they had it. Down 1 does check him down there. Doesn't go for any kind of jail, but instead goes for the really slower, or much slower overhead. Good conversion there from the instant jump kick. Gets the shoulder at least. A little bit of damage is better than no damage at all. No amplify on the command grab, just kind of keeping it normal, you know, normal little wake up, normal little advantage here. Back there from Scar.
Scar's forward dash under the jumping as well into the anti-air. That's just Scar doing some very Scar-like things. You do not see a lot of people actually attempt that, and then let alone at this level, Scar gonna do a forbidden normal that I don't even think I know is into the hat. That would have caught me pressing as well, trying to take this one more hit from advancing for the rematch with Rewind, and he's gonna get it. Scar getting him all of those.
Most amazing up close options, great normal, and you know, I guess Scar just wants to focus on the fact, wants to find an easier way to get in, but that does not count as a projectile. That divine grab is actually, you know, I guess it kind of counts like a normal hit. If Jade is purple, that divine will make contact, and that will give Cetrion a full combo at most distances.
Oh my goodness, exactly what we saw earlier too from Rewind, and perfect timing on that glow. I'm not too sure if that was intentional or not, but able to get the Vanishing Winds out there safely right as the purple glow exploded, and just rebuild that space. He's almost playing this like he did the Lao pick, and not hard to implement, or sorry, not easy to implement, I should say, against Jade here. You're trying to play keep away against Jade? Hold on a second.
Yeah, you definitely, again, once you give Jade enough breathing room, Jade is able to just kind of throw that stuff on. Even right there, right after she was able to block, not able to punish that vine grab, but able to find that breathing room. However, Scar is running out of time and resources here. Life depleting so slowly, especially after that unsafe fatal blow does get blocked. Good recognition there of Rewind to recognize that clash and make sure you fucking overhead. And even bigger props to him for making sure it gets punished, because a lot of people let fatal blows like that go unpunished all the time. But these are top tier, really good players here. What? Oh, what a waste of meter! What a heartbreaker there.
So far. I think that it was the pushback. He just pushed Jade so far away, even out of the range for the up three. Wait a minute, I thought I from in short up. And really good recognition by Rewind to see the glow and not commit beyond anything. 1-1 in the wall would have gotten destroyed, 1-1 the would have gotten destroyed, simply because the glow was up. Really good recognition, and then going for the stagger game instead. Still, it's gonna be tough to hold Carl out of here. Okay, puts himself in fatal blow position. We can do it if you would have hold it on. If only you would have played right there.
If only. Trying to challenge there at the very, very end. Maybe thought a throw was coming, but Scar does get pushed back a little bit more. A lot of time left on the clock, so nobody's in any kind of rush. Scar trying to get as much chip damage as possible, and that was so unsafe, but somehow goes completely unpunished here from Rewind, and Rewind is definitely not happy about the fact that he let Scar get away with that he let Scar steal this round here. That should have been his round, his game, no doubt about it.
See if you can keep the composure. I should say, great mix-ups again. I don't know how Rewind was ready for the throw. Jade had 50,000 options right there. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it's a lot more than a couple, if you guys get my point. So to be ready for the throw after the end of the short hop, really good tech there by Rewind. Or it may have just been swinging.
I'm surprised that actually didn't get whiff punish there. Jade able to recover before Cetrion, able to hit down one and just stop anything she was looking to do here. Rewind in a bad position here, a little bit less than 13% health left. So Scar does connect anything here. It should be curtains for him. Throw escape, knew exactly which way he was throwing him.
Oh my goodness!
Wall.
What the audacity behind putting up so many walls and then to finally call out Scar's button at the exact time he did, and now it's going to put us in a pick-up situation? This is insanity. Glow is up.
Okay, down to the wire. Is she going to teleport?
No hit.
Right.
Already on 4-1-5 and gets over the pound down to the last hit. Scar takes it. I cannot. You could almost highlight the entire screen and be like, stuff could have happened.
Stuff could have definitely happened here. Purple stuff is on, going to be immune to projectiles, but it doesn't matter. Jade up close. It should be going away real soon. Throwing boomerangs there in the air. The air glaives going to make a lot of contact. Very tough to avoid those air glaives, especially if she's right next to you. If you don't have too much time to react, sometimes you just got to hold that chip damage. What a punish here from Scar, but that last little kick, not able to make it, not close enough. Hit and Rewind with overhead, getting a little tricky and canceling into the low. But it looks like he probably should have just let it rock. But of course, if you let it rock, very unsafe on block.
Yeah, just playing it so well. Around that Delilah stance, we have seen the strength of it since Ultimate's release. And turning this character from, a range threat to a threat everywhere. Up close game got so much stronger, and I think that complements Jade's, overall game plan so well. That's why I see her a lot more here in competitive play. Rewind. Is he going to be able to take this round? Last breath is available. Scar finds a situation, even with the raw shuttle kick, and could not escape the Hill's Wrath. I think Scar thought he was going to be safe right there, because he was just going to be chilling, watch the beam go over his head. Nope, not today.
Yeah, just kind of nicked him there, gave him a little bit of a haircut. There goes the glaive. Good reactions here from Rewind, recognizing that staff coming down for that overhead. But it's always so tricky. You just don't want to tell yourself it's going to be overhead because you can cancel into the low.
Yeah, everything that Scar did right there was a mix-up. Even the back one going in the overhead, the threat of the low. was there, and Rewind tried to blow it up. There's a really big gap right there. We tried something awfully slow. I think he just wanted to maximize the effort.
Big punish here from Scar.
Rewind thought he was going to get a whiff punish right there. Not on the table here. He's going to push it to the corner. We've seen crazier things happen. There's fatal blows in play. And here we go, down the floor. We think raw fatal blow is going to come at any time. Never has to take a risk. Not with the wins available. Step back down. Even the Octopus going to shut down the food like a fatal blow. Still needs another hit. 1 health remaining. It's going to be a quick mix-up. What a clutch block by Rewind, and he gets the reversal wall. Are you kidding me, Rewind? Clutch factor over. So that situation, I don't know if that one is fuzzyable. I know that most of them are, but even then, especially here in online, you never know. But that one I feel like is one of the scarier ones to try to block, because that overhead's coming quick. That was super clutch. Just even put himself in a back to a neutral situation to close it out.
Yeah, a lot of factors that could really mess you up, not just online, but also the pressure. I mean, the points are on the line. You're trying to qualify, you're trying to, solidify a spot. We've seen it go down to the wire, and especially in a region with so many talented players. North America, very, very stacked, whether it's West Coast or East Coast, super, super stacked all around. Down 4 into the rising wall, leaving her in a standing position. I guess Scar was so sure Rewind was not going to jump out of that position, but that's how it's going to be. It's Mortal Kombat 11. That's how it's gonna be. Oh, that's right. It goes through it. It goes completely.
That's
through
a huge
kind of
presence.
Oversight.
That was
right.
the first
Rewind.
one.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there hasn't been too many scenarios where like purple stuff is on and Cetrion gets to be, aggressive up close. Oh, good block there. Did not flinch. Purple stuff is on and Scar putting an end to it there. I think maybe a teleport attempt was, on the table there. Scar calling out this purple stuff very, very well here. Not getting hit by, he hasn't got hit by vines in a very long time. And I feel like it's been kind of frustrating Rewind to the point where Rewind is like, all right, fine. I gotta just let you get in, and I'm gonna use my normals, my short range buttons to try to put an end to you.
Absolutely. And one thing Rewind's done really well, like you talked about, him going into the wins and getting punished for it, was so unlike him because he hadn't done it prior, to the point where he was even timing projectiles almost perfectly on when the glow was ending earlier in those rounds. It looks a little less precise this time around. Rewind might be finally starting to feel this pressure, but let me tell you, this play throughout this bracket, it looked like he hasn't had a single bit of pressure on his shoulders. I don't know where that boulder was going. That thing was going. that thing was going to the world of hard reads that never made it.
Never ever made it. Never had a chance to live. And right there, Rewind, cleaning it up, no problem. You don't even have to hit confirm, man. You just do that win. You just do the win, and it's fine.
Just do the win.
Just do it. It's literally. And she's got some good buttons. Maybe not the fastest buttons in the world. Maybe she's got some recovery on some of them. But put your hands on your opponent, go right into the win. They get hit, awesome. They don't, still okay.
Ooh, the wall going nowhere right there.
Yeah, but okay. Like even Scar at that point was scared of the wall. He didn't go in. Maybe he thought a normal was coming, like a down 4 or a down 1. Connects the overhead, goes right into the Delia's dance. Unfortunately, it doesn't go for the unsafe launcher, but you just never ever know. Whoa, whiffs that third kick. That could have been really, really bad. Had Rewind done, something a little bit faster there, maybe not a roll. Goes up the purple stuff, Rewind in a world of hurt here, down to almost nothing. What is he gonna do? Scar trying to stay away, looking for that vine grab, and that's gonna be the green light, the opening for him to turn on the purple stuff. But he's not getting overzealous. He's not overcommitting here. He's waiting for the opportunity. Throws it. He's got nothing. He does not have access to last breath. This is very, very
tough
scary
situation. Probably not gonna be able to stop jump back glaive. I mean, with the space that was had. Wait a second now. I'm shocked that Scar didn't put it out there. Oh my! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh my goodness!
no, no,
I give
no,
up.
no,
I'm
no.
done. I'm done. I'm just gonna walk away. I'm just gonna walk away. I'm done commentating Mortal Kombat. You guys have yourselves a wonderful night. Hope that the show has been halfway decent. I hope that you guys have. There were so many things that
Fight.
could have gone differently. There were so many things, but you know what? Just like Rafiki says in The Lion King, it doesn't matter. It's in the past. It's 2-1 rewind.
Doesn't matter. You can't dwell on it, and I don't think Scar is dwelling on it. Rather than, you know, getting his face pushed in here, he is pretty. He's okay. He's sticking with Jade. He knows that that's the right pick, and he knows that that last game was so close. It could have gone either way. There's no real reason to deviate from the plan, deviate from the strategy. And right now, Rewind is so close.
I mean,
one round away. Tournament point here for Rewind. So Scar's got to dig in deep. Scar's got to pull out the stops for this scenario if he wants to stay alive here. Trade probably not in Scar's favor. It's pushed fully all the way back. That's going to be a nice conversion there. Gets the down four, but nothing else afterwards. Rewind's doing such a good job at challenging there.
Also didn't have the bar to try to potentially go for a side switch here with Rewind, who's been riding this momentum. Gonna get a punish with the up three. Resets to neutral. We're gonna wait on a little bit of bar to come back, and with the miracle jump through the tornado is this Helen Hunt. Beautiful jump there by Scar. He's gonna reestablish this pressure, and nice read by Rewind. Wow, that could have gone so many different ways. Scar, is that gap going to be there? Are the plus frames going to be there? Does Elias dance? Does he have the bar to back up the safety? And he's made the right decision every single time on Rewind, on defense right now, to inch closer and closer to ending this right now to try to take North America West for himself. Scar, on the other hand, just trying to stop the relentless pressure. Both from that fatal blow right now. Anything is possible.
Oh, anything indeed possible. Here comes the glaives, but they do whiff. That laser does connect from Cetrion, but the purple stuff is on. Gonna be immune, but a big jump in. That's it. That's it. Oh, completely over. Huge, huge whiff there as Rewind going with the right option, rolling past the opponent, knowing that Jade has a lot of strings that Jade players love to commit to. Multiple strings there, and that was all she wrote. That was all she wrote. Rewind taking this over Scar. What a grand finals. What a great set. And Rewind just staying so solid throughout the whole thing. Staying in winners.